Hi, it's Mike. Welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Blood sugar today, 7.7. If you just watched my last video, you know I peaked up here and now I've come down. So it's a definite improvement. Again, let me tell you, the one up there means I have 1 day left. And if I touch that, it tells me 24 hours. Sorry. There are 24 hours left, 23 hours now. Life just moves on. Okay. Quite busy night with corrections, and bolus was working away. Okay. 94%. 6% above. I think we increased a bit there. 94% in range. 7.6. All kind of good. I'm kind of happy with that day. Got to work on the 6. That's a little bit higher than where we want it. 5 and below, I'm even going 4 and below is where we really want kind of those numbers to be at. Today, I want to talk to you about shame. Shame, 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 shame. So stay tuned. We'll get into, do you really need to feel shame that you're diabetic? We'll be right back. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. Okay, being a diabetic is traumatic enough. You're always going to be treated differently by people or just acquaintances. Friends, family, you're not going to be treated any differently. But how you're perceived out in the real world may take a hit. Now, it's hard for type 1s, granted, but in the eyes of everyone else, they just see we're the same as type 2s. And in fact, we're two different diseases that the body shows up in a different mode. It's showing us higher sugars, and sometimes insulin can control both, but we are a different disease. Something has attacked our beta cells and we've lost the control to fight sugar in our system. To convert that, to convert that sugar into energy. So what do you need to do? First thing you need to do is you don't need to be shameful. People are going to assume, especially if you're a larger guy, that, oh, well, if you just ate less, you wouldn't you wouldn't have diabetes. My aunt cured herself of diabetes. Well, your aunt probably did, but we're talking about two different diseases. I can remember I took home economics in grade 9. We kind of had to take it. And, well, when a part of the year you did industrial arts, and then they wanted guys to take home ec and girls would take shop. It was interesting. But there was a guy there who kept insisting that I just ate too much sugar as a kid, and that's the reason why I had diabetes. And you know what? Just telling the story now, he was telling me that the information he had, in telling me this story, was a type 2. A lot of people gain the excess weight, but at this time I had lost all that weight. And I guess through puberty and everything, I was thinner when I got back to school. November 1977 until I graduated. Believe it or not, I was a beanpole. And, but they still will try to shame you. There's no reason in whatsoever for you to feel shame. You have a condition, a disease. That's it. Doesn't mean that you are any different except for your blood sugar. So you've got to think the positive side. You've got to learn that you are able to succeed. Now, I would say probably the best thing is to get yourself in control and stay in control, and people won't notice the difference. It's always we have to do more. I'm sorry to tell you, that's the way it is. In fact, I don't even let it be wearisome to me anymore. Little things that kind of throw these people off guard. Thank you very much. Yes, I am. I am proud to be a diabetic. I wouldn't want, if I had a choice, I wouldn't make that choice, but I am proud of trying to get you thinking about your diabetes, maybe helping you in your journey. But I'm not going to stand down and let any other person kind of force people into submission just because they have to take shots. They have to do a hell of a lot more. Now, years ago, when I was diagnosed, I can remember being, I think, in my first diabetes class. And they told us, well, everyone should eat the diabetic diet. It would make everyone so much more healthy. Back then, it was, you couldn't have this, you can't have that. And a friend of mine was telling me about the new diet he or she was on. And everyone's looking for that quick fix to lose weight. This person isn't in such he wants to be healthier. But That's how keto came out. And what is it? Paleo. Everyone wants to lose the weight quickly. So what happens to people who can't lose the weight quickly? A lot of shame is being placed. And it's awful. If you're doing your best at trying to be a diabetic, why should you be shameful? If you're not and you know you're not, that's a different discussion. But if you're trying and you're doing the best you can, and by the best you can, sorry, you're going to be following the diet, doing all you can. Now, doing something because you don't like it is different than not knowing. And as a new diabetic, there's going to be people that are going to keep telling you, oh, you're doing it wrong, you're doing it wrong. You don't need to listen to them. You need to listen to your diabetic team, and as you get more knowledgeable, listen to you. You will begin to know what's right. You'll go out with friends and you'll party and you'll make mistakes. But you'll start to gain what I like to call diabetic reasoning. You will be able to start to have answers to sometimes why you're out of control or whatever. The worst thing you can do, and I've said this before, and it's not meant to be shameful, and that is, I don't know. Why do you think, is there a reason why you're high? I don't know. So shame can come in many different forms. It's up to you to ensure that, why am I, it's itchy. Nose is itchy today. You don't need to be shameful. You could be shameful of an act, but don't take it to heart. We're all going to be making mistakes. It could be you didn't know. It could be you forgot. But I keep saying, find information online that you can trust. If you find something that you're really interested, ask your doctor, your endocrinologist, about that information and see if you can incorporate it into your plan. You'll gain so much more and you'll be so much stronger, so that if you hear people downgrading diabetes and that a person has diabetes, it will be so much easier for you. I slept all night. I don't know why. This is really a coffee type talk. But being shameful of who you are. Red hair. That's something you can't change. You can't change that you are a diabetic. Pure and simple. So, I think one of the first sayings of an alcoholic is, Accept the things you can't change and change the things you can. You can't change that you have diabetes, pure and simple. What it can tell you is you can be the better diabetic, but don't strive for perfection. It's been a while since I've talked about this. You're not going to gain perfection, pure and simple, but strive for excellence. And excellence and perfection are two different things. Perfection is you're never going to do anything wrong. And if you build towards trying perfection, when you falter, you're going to feel the last part of shame. And that's shame of yourself. That's this and your heart. Oh, I could have done better. I knew I had to do that. And sometimes it could be the environment around you. Excellence is doing the best you can with the information, the medication, the exercise that you can. If you falter, you falter. Big deal. Move on. Shame has no part in a diabetic's life. If you feel shame, talk to a social worker, talk to a counselor. You have nothing to be shameful about. You did not do anything to bring type 1 diabetes upon yourself. And with that, I'm going to call it a day. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye now. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.